Freshman ban no sia aboye mamu ina ajo enyume mamu akwaba Edinburgh KFM TV so ende July bosome ni da etoso enson ewa afimpino ni eduno ennomo emre asose enyume ya nsema ya bo ano efie maimo no yednia ebesom wo se KFM TV news na abibia no mekai wo se news dwumeko bi adaroma ana wo mo eboye chidoma yitimi edebesomo aseda kese enko efama KFM musical center wo moton instruments bia say combo guitar microphone speaker ni no ukopie mu ewo KFM musical center wonsa ebetimi akani na ebi ho udwe ni chemu asante mantema wo mo ewadum ubankra mantem haso a wo mo ebutu eye akra zongole ne ntu betimi akoho na akoju instrument eye papa ne bono so eda fombo ko enyume wo mo eboye chidoma idi newsi ye de ebe so mo talent microfinance and so sika krabia aba eboa ni padodo na emo musika sem ejina ne nine so brane enu nti se oya ankranko enyume sorry sukufo na mupa bia ya mbetimi edi musika esie mu nkwa de enyume talent microfinance ana make for mo edi amamantam edunsia no talent wabo muhomodin edunsia ni mo na eduna akan wo mugo so eden hihye pa egu kwam se wo mbetimi edu ho edi amobibia dada ba take up and so eton phones ene ho akadebia say Infinix iPhone Samsung yam ni na anu kopie mu ewo dada ba take up o makachia wonsa ebekasa phone si na bi ukopie mu kanesha wo mo eben takwa station no hope ana dada ba take up wo mo ebutu obetimi akoho no akoju phones papa ne bono so eda form wo hoye papa Nakis Kitchen ani womo so womo eton eye nnuane say continental local food bibia no say oye outdoor engagement wedding nini anu kopiem e Nakis Kitchen now place you order ade ombebo mo homode ayeduane kama de abrawe nimguase de bintu de biarada womo ewo kanishi eho ana Nakis Kitchen womo wontu betimi akoho no akoju aduane say opefufu amutu banku nini ano eye Nakis Kitchen so will be a hosan to bet me ako no akwadwu aduane papa a ede na isen di mu ye papa ebusia for enwumre njumeko we adaroma na omobo mechi do ma mede eye no nsia news no mede ebesom e hosan sem no edoso ye papa na asomifo asemme ana me yokin kan for enwumre mede sansem we na ebo na de ebedi mu akotini ebi ene sende due awehosem ana beto Ghana ye na yapno so a kopie mu ewa akweti amrahye bedwane a wo ho onmonyamfo NS kumi ende de abeto dwase papa yi ato anananum ewo nsiedo a eno ayawe hosem ye papa ho sa ye besan edmo kopie mu ewo nsem fufom eye Beneza Nati enso de abeto dwa wo chim se kame ayese Maame Esi Mensa se si ade position o wumni age hu ye papa no nkan ho se eye NDC amenu ko no omo de ombe replace omo de ya de omo yi sankofo ne de dada eno nti Maame Esi Mensa won susu ema na ninje ewo position na wo mu no ye de mu ntwemu ede bebro enyume wo ho sa ye de dwede nsem so ebeka ho ede amo National Apprenticeship Program no wo mo etwemu se wo se omo yi edi free aban anasa amanyo semu na wo munya edwuma se ne bebetimi aboa ma unemployment adoso ye papa no etu ebetimi etwa ede ama ye de nigede nsem so ebeka ho ede ama kwamna so ede abetudwa wo chim se ade wa ye disappointed ye papa wo Kimpaluta awo no so wo ye nyumtini wo my Ghana no wa ye disappointed wo ni ma ye bedomu esuko ede ama enyume ebusuafo enyume when sem any afufo p amabo no amede ebeso se KFM TV news eye no sia de me kai wo se news ya be fontentam fide no Facebook any YouTube KFM TV GH no to betimi afa phone na wakohwe bi no wa share na wa like na wa dwentwe no so udi egu ase amai kama mebe ma ebehwe na ya kan ni nia ede ama enyume edin amejeso ene Maame Esi Nkrumah medane me ho sema aba meba ensem no mesha ase ede ama busua emama kwaba edama sise enyume muguso etimo TV ho amohwe KFM TV news na mekoso ekai ose enyume news ye abefo ntentam video no Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH eno nti betimi akoho no wahwe bi no wahye na wadwenchwe no so di egu ase amai kama mrebe ma mekan ni a ade ama hosa me hyensem na se ade ama onwume di arehosem ana beto Ghana ye nyina yapono so a eno de obi bia edi arehoye papa odu eni kochie mu ewo akweti a arehosem abeto dwane se mrahye bedwane oho eyo nmonyamfo NS kumi ende de papa eda ya wansori wato nanan ewo nsiedo a eno ayare husem ye papa na mani bo echem se papa eho dodo ne kakra ne na mrahye bedwafie wontimi enkoho bese eye na wotwe kakra mu ne no anende due wo mudi ne kopie mu ewa yare sabia abetodwa se wato nanan ewo nsiedo a eno ayare husem ye papa nende wudweni echie mu ewo mrahye bedwafie a wo mo sitting position bia ye obibia eteno ana eyon monyamfo NS kumi bia ya wono teno wo modi krojan abohwa eno sesisi ade wonka Ghana ehun bioma watu ananan ewo siedo na man bo twem se na eyi no nhyehyɛ no mpenifo eguso a wo mo edi gukwan nti bibia bebebia wo mbema Ghana fo bibia aso atibia no nti semwe ana mpenifo enso ede abetudwa eno yede kwa mo bibia ewo my Ghana ha ebusuafo yede mo free sansem ne mo atoa ensem ne so akonsem fofom dia eye onmonyamfo Ebenezer Nate ede abetudwa wo chemse eye electoral commission sesi ade Maame Esi Nkrumah bebi a woti sesi ani position na wo ye isi wo my Ghana kame ayese neni age hu ye papa no chemse NDC amenyo ko no fiti down betna so nipa wo modi ombeba be replace eye isi de wo mo enim sankofo ndi dada wo mo yi sankofo no nti Maame Esi Nkrumah wo so ti asese sa position e kura ni sesi ano dachi bia no ebetimi efri ne sesa se mampeni John Dramani Mahama eni ni mpeni for de wo mo eyo mo replacement di dada eno no ebe koso ewo my Ghana same way ana onmonyamfo Ebenezer Nate wono so wode abetudwa.
I said that look, no amount of giving the NDC to test as they are fighting. Look, let me tell you, let me give you an history. In 1998, in my constituency, Ablekuma Central, we lost the sitting member of parliament, CS Scrap. At that time, the NDC need just one seat in 1998 to change the constitution of this country to give the late President Rawlings an opportunity again. But the people in Ablekuma Central resisted and fight for the right of the people of this country. And we won that seat in 1998. I want J. Mensa and his people to understand that no amount of imagination, no amount of conniving, no amount of giving somebody a majority in parliament, the people in Ablekuma North will follow the suit of Ablekuma Central in 1998 to ensure that the right thing is being done. Okay. And let them understand that I'm telling them, I said the three people that will go and replace them, those three people have already been appointed.
Busuafo ye de mo consent from enyu media do eni kopie mu ewa Ablekuma North ade a abato komisa meche EC Edbetudwa mu chem se eye wo mo resort na ba ye no hu sensem bebre na abetudwa wo my Ghana mu chem se wo besan e de rerun ahihye so e wo my Ghana ha se no wo July bosumene da etoso do enkron ewa afimpinu ni ediono enumo na sajumede wo mo de be hihye so eno anowura Elvis Zako edi abetudwa wo chie mu se eye abato komisa sa wo mu decision se rerun be koso no wo chie mu se eno eya de bia entwa ye kra eno ntia wo se wo mutimi hwe ma eye final result e ba ye no obi bia enim ni po di nkunimam ntia wo se isi bom homode na wo declare winner ne hu hia se wo besan edi rerun ahihye so e wo my Ghana same way Elvis Dako wono so ana wode abetu eja.
No need for any rerun. A court order says go and count and declare. If you should go and count and declare, whichever party says I am not happy, let the person go to court with their evidence. Whatever direction the court gives you, you follow. Because for now you are backed by a court order.
Right.
That go and count and declare. All this nonsense about rerun. You are actually disobeying the court order. And and you are sitting there and you think that one person should be removed. Somebody will come and defend you. I cannot defend you when you are obeying the court of the land. The court says go and count and declare. You turn around and come and tell us that you want to go and rerun. You go to parliament and tell us that there are only 3. Electoral commission tell that for the 7 months they have been sitting there, and they went to parliament 3 weeks ago. They didn't know that there were 19 citizens. So if you change from 3 to 19, why do you expect people not to tell that you are being controlled? So you see, the way they are doing their things there, and see, most of the time we think that is the people. I think that we are focused on the people, but I think that we should focus on the system and find ways to block them from doing these things. I think somebody should cite the electoral commission for contempt. Jean Menster and the deputies should be set out for contempt by now. Probably if they are sent to sound for 3 days for disobeying the court. Next time, or maybe next time, no easy person will disobey a court. Because it is dangerous for somebody who is holding a public institution to disobey the court. And then we are...
Etwan Semneso Akonsem from Enum Media Professor Kwesi Nkrumah wa chairman at the Ghana's Constitutional Review Committee wono anode abetudwa wo chim say Chief Justice Maame Araba get you tokono ne nsema abetudwa nde yeguso a ye ka wo my Ghana wo chim say wo say mpenifo etimi hwe na ni position na ni dibra na kita no omotimi ye hwehwe mu review kese pa wo say etimi ekoso omne no de a ebetimi aboama Chief Justice Maame get you tokono ne nsem no wetimi enya ne bobre wo menu nsemwi ana Professor Kwesi Nkrumah wono so wode abetudwa efa Chief Justice Maame get you tokono ne nsem no
and some solution has to be found to that problem. Not by removing them, but if you have to wait for attrition, maybe that's one way you do it, because the larger the size of the court, the more the temptation is also to have a Chief Justice who continues to feel that the empaneling power must be used to constitute the court. But even if it is to be used, we should regulate it. There has to be clear rules as to how you pick a judge to sit on the case, how you can and cannot remove a judge. I think we must restore confidence in that process of empaneling so that people don't think that the Chief Justice is just playing games on the court with that power. Once the politicians see that the CJ has that
Ebusiafo enu ntin same way and Professor Kwesi Nkrumah wono so wode abetudwa wo kasafa Maame Gertrude Arabato kono ne nsemi eho yedemo free san semne mo akonsem from enwumedia dom kuma a wo mo ewo mahebedwafie de abetudwa mu chim se ensem keka ekoso ewo my Ghana ha no se oye obese enson ana ndc amenu ko ni bae no wo mo discover ewo wo mo empren so ne no ana ndc amenu ko ni chim se eno enya no creda esan se mra mampeni dada nana adodanko ekufu ado woni na bedi echi Dr. Mahmoud Baumia etoso ne ya dia wo mo discover oye ododo na ewo my Ghana ha ebi akuma na Banfield na wo chese eno oye wa NPP amenu ko ni bom homodin discover eno nti sem keka ekoso se mra NDC amenu ko no betina so fango dodo na ana omo nsa aka ewo my Ghana no ana NDC amenu ko no wo mo so wo mo abekasa etia ewo my mo.
In Ghana's upstream petroleum industry, it is a contract or operator that has the duty of informing the state of the outcome of any approved appraisal program. That is what ENI did recently. The Mahama administration, for self-serving purposes, has sought to convert this normal reporting to a fanfare whose cost is attributable to it, even though it is barely 7 months in office. The Mahama administration ought to learn that the upstream sector requires a lot of patience and deliberate planning whose results are not attainable in such non-existent record times as it has disingenuously sought to communicate on the premises of statements of doubtful validity. For the record, the minority wishes to inform the Mahama administration that the following discoveries were made during the 8 years of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. The Pecan Southeast, the contractor is Ake. It was discovered in 2018. It is projected. Initial estimated volume is 10 million barrels of oil. The Nyankom 1X, AGM, discovered in 2019. Initial estimate is 168 million barrels. The Afina 1X, Springfield, discovered in 2019. Initial estimation is 150 to 300 million barrels of oil. The Akuma 1X ENI, which is what we are talking about now, also discovered in 2019. The Iban 1X, 2021. The above table showing the discoveries will reveal that between 2018 and 2022, a total of 7 discoveries out of 6 wells drilled were made. ENI's Afrakuma 1X well resulted in 2 discoveries of what the geoscientists call the avian level and the Cenomanian level, hence the count of 7 discoveries out of 6 wells that were drilled under the Akufo-Addo administration. Let the Mahama administration take note that these 7 discoveries cannot be appropriated by it as having occurred under its watch. The NPP's record in the development of Ghana's hydrocarbon resources is one that is enviable and evidenced by reforms to the upstream sector's fiscal regime from the Kufuor Mahama administration and the historic discoveries.
Adeshima Benuntin same way and Adom Kuma womo ewo mahye bedwafe womo so womo de abetudwa efa fango nseme ehon ye free sansem ne mo edemo akonsem from enwumre dia Dr. Charles Reku Brobe woye founding member edema the New Patriotic Party NPP amenu kono wono so edi abetudwa wo chim se si ade o man ni mu ayedin ye papa no de won fa so bo embo bia se aban etwem aban dada mi che NPP amenu kono womo ano de sa sobo no ebebo me san se womo ano mo ma Ghana etimi eye din ye papa se si ade aban foforo ba wo hwe se wo betimi esiesie economy no ede aman no nti won de onkogina bebia emfa sobo embo ndisi amenu konda bida wo de sobo ni nia ebebo aban a etwem ne san se womo ano anhwe ensiesie wo man no mu eye semwe ana Charles Brobe wono so wo de abetu edwa.
Minority in parliament, I think, should shut up, because the problems we are facing are largely due to the minority's failure to act or act irresponsibly when they were in government. All that is happening in parliament is an attempt to try and relitigate election 2024 and try to give the impression that everything that is being done successfully under Mahama either started from NPP or was due to some things that we are not convinced about. Now, as the minority leader is that he should account for his stewardship of ECG in 2023-2024. If he is able to account for the huge losses that ECG incurred under his stewardship, we may begin to listen to him.
Ebusia for anuntin semwe and Dr. Charles Brobe wono so de abetudwa ehosa yedemu ensem ede ebro mekai wo se KFM TV news and aguso awotwe no ye social media handles no YouTube and Facebook KFM TV channel to betime akoho na wahwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so udi egu ase amai kama mrebe ma mekai ninia ede amamu ye gina we so na ye twa ye ho akwaje aboafo nkrato abaye ba nsem no dodo na ana mede beto aso ede amawu.
Fraba edwaso ni o yanom ehyen a use fuel we so yensesa oil na wo hia ene ni key ehyen egumechi nyina eye lip moto Giomi anase nami eyemu bia wo sabeka wo KFM Limited e wo Ghana ha lip moto abefu kansa abi yanom emwedene sanso efe wa hwe interiors here ka hear me timusisi and ye friend lip moto e was 3 modes of driving obetimi a switch so open temo a obe na sports mode so open say we save you battery a obetimi use economy mode na say we pentem na we pe normal riding so a ye friend standard we charge our battery within 6 hours a ebetumi di wakokomasi aba metre 310 kilometers. Into Winnie how Ubetumi so the 3 hours fast charger. I charge na man you fool. Bonama no akọ Kumasi aba. Say no. Me try the aka no. Giomi. Nia wo hia ne key. Make sure say key ne ben. Wa wo hwese na interior on it na. Black and white papa. Son of FSN yo. Wa screen tentin. E bo ma hu car no battery aka. Na ma hu mileage nso wo so. When so the etu kwan 320 kilometers and sana was our charge. Ubeti me charge in 6 hours. Fast charger ya 3 hours. I bear for if you so. Ubeti me driving in 3 modes. A yes standard, sports, and now say economy. So what pentem to say me yanum choose sports what say. Ubeti me to quite fi hakokubase. Ama battery ni bi swak because a 320 kilometers. Who charging the 6 hours, which means your full battery. Now, when you fast charge and swap 3 hours per your set, making sure so okay in the car when you saw working, will be a door and I start. Chili Joby, black and white, Makuma swat. Man, son, cow dear, you check the akana. Yeah, no. I bet for the any mubakunio. The Awiniano key, making sure so key in the band when you saw working. We no F. Let a woman sit down. A grey ni your ma would me, no. The any hakakra, any dear mood. As also was squeeze me, no. Wait, and my information and we are can win. Answer bessing up bonum papa, your friend entertainment, the Awihiano, Anne. And that's over to me, so I drive in 3 modes just like the others. Standard, and I say sports. So open them. Car way so. A bet to me to Kwaya Kumasiaba 330 kilometers. The chamber would do crowd to make Jesus on one young kakra and Sunday do. Who charging the 6 hours, sir? No. So, bet you miss charging 3 hours. If I no fast charge. And you know, KFM Limited, and they are big just so. Fraying near me own Sanka what the intentem. So, open installments, a high purchaser, and train one nasi. We've got you solid. Yanume, on sabet me aka fidie mu bia e wo KFM Limited. On sabeke fidie no, na wotua no nkakra we unya no bebia agi KFM Limited. Fraying ever sort out.
Yo, I'm for and I am makwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosum, you know, who free a Kumasi Malcolm that Damono, a sunny a day bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop on any Sambra Hotel and the Dinja anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel a wo sunny a day co, Nankane and Hagan Hono, Anne, a ho and a KFM musical shop. The Tosum, you know, yet be in the fofro. Now the air can say, if you dear papa a timiche. The Odia sorry, the Ode grow agro ahudo. Tuma de be a woody over here a young fiddy musical instrument piano, a KFM into a say Ghana Muntie Asantema Muntie, a KFM musical shop, Anna Sabre Yabian from Monuchai, a war Premper the 2nd Street. We free all may come down and now sunny Ediko Edumno, and it would do Sambra Hotel Quantana so. Now what done on Sunny Faso, a hot announce KFM musical shop ye, a war. Yanis Sambra Hotel, Anna ever anymore. Ye chow abribia.
Gran Messi. Sir, may I proud and I say may you jar. Be free. Kumasi Dum KFM instrument store. Obi bisa sa se bro me fo dia what to ma woni si da what dey near my papa e gina wonim na what to say yes what to no bibia kan wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi Adum se mi gina ho na me to no ma bitimi nya ho me ka fi se fi papa nu anim na mi gina no wo betra ye ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kanau ensamfu ayi.
Abusia for Yuguswa Mama Kwaba Edamasi say you may Muguso Etimo TV Huamoshe KFM TV News because so Kaiwo and you may say you new see Abe Fontaine video on Facebook and YouTube a chego ewo when you bet me akoshebi so take calm so na kan ho na wabo KFM TV j oba e adia edo be koye platform ni super pepe na wa hwe bi wo ho na wa share na wa like and so de amaye me to ansem ne so de ama enyu media eye chief a wo insuta ewo Esutifi North District ewo hafo eye mantem emu nana kwa me boampon wo no anode adeshe de kese to Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene Ghana by enma wode fa eye district chief executive DC or Esutifi North eyon monyam for Hafiz Dauda the bell wode fa ne so de akwama Ghana penny for se omonhwe ama school feeding program no intimating timo mbpm ewo insute san se ukwa eye school for best 500 and na womotimi edu sa school feeding program e wo se womososo womotimi e benefit e di free stadium na akopie mo ho dia sa school feeding program e bi eni ho nti na omohye aban se won hwe na won fa bi emba ho ne no e yade a ebebo mu ye papa semwe ana eye nana kwame boampon wono so wode abetudwa wode adeshede we e kwama Ghana mpenifo
Tamgraba 500 yeah you qualify say nya feeding program yeah school feeding yeah so aboy obi free baby a eto ho no a okoye e best school ha pese o ko no me yensa bebe no godidi I have to see a family community. Yes, I have Coco Maya, Coco Bar, and the day you wish Coco Maya, in Yantin Bar. And once a day, your food price are not Umudi Abba. As a normal son. And Sana. I know a pushy. Or but if you know I ha. Yes, so. Then you get to me, say, qualify, say, young feeding program. Yes, so. Ununia and people. Okay, best I'd walk to school.
For some way, Anna Kwame Boampon wono so wode abetudwa ehwa wode adeshede we ekwa ema Ghana ban se won hwe na school feeding program e bi entimi enso wo mo eso ye free sansem no mo edmo akonsem fufom de enwumre ye de mo kopiem ewo Birim North na ho anadede eye wo mo a wo mo ho e de oye chekese a chiche so a womodi adeshede to Ghana mpenifo anima wo mo twemu se illegal mine metre galamse no ade amane ho so wo ho ye papa say won suo won sase won duane ene wo bibibia kwan omfa so bo abrabo no wo Birim North no wo mche nkosokra esan galamse anipako bi afa bom bo se wo mbehwe no mo aye wo hɔ de ase wo monsase no eno ana wo mo agina wo mo nan so e de adesede ato aban enim se enim enim ya won hwɛ na galamse a yekoso hɔ no wonye bibi emfa ho mo esan se ho mo ye papa wo maka kame ayesesa ankopoi wo mo empese o mbejan no nti wo mo stress kame ayesese bi aban de ne ho agima eno ebetimi aboa mo mahwɛ ejae sa galamse a wo mo eye wo enu nti ana wo de wo mo extra ban se sisi ade emre edu se wo no so wo de ne nan ebe mu bi na eno eye ade a ebetimi aboa ma wo mo etimi ejae ewo ho
omoye no chemicals no e ma yinsan a esai me say manyinsan 2 times ni nyina asai because of chemicals no yesu ye no monye ni nyina ye polluted enti ye ma ne so no yesu ye effect a yenya eno no
ayenya awo sa ai ensusan so animu ne say typhoid yare bebre to atese awo ye mbata mu hanam yenya sika mfen pedro ma no se yenya adwuma nyenti ma na se yenya adwuma ne biye na ma mema yi a yenso yeji na ma ye mamu ha na mo ne ye mpata mu ha na mo no yenso no yetimi ayede yetina yenya nsan adwuma ye na yesua mimi se mesua machine 3 some moye na yenya adwuma ne benye yeda mase yes
some your madwen say omomoan dey if persuasion fails force must be applied enti no ye dey ni bibia ka kiro me mom up to Monday no bibia ma dey na odwan ne ho ma odbechi
anu nti amanfo ya wo mo ewo birim not wo mo soso wo mo ye cha wo mo de hyehyes wo mo chem se sa illegal miners wo mo mo kosi eye adwuada so mo ahwe enja ya wo mo soso de ombe ya wo ho beto mo no wo mbehwe na wo mo aye ye to ansem ne so edemo akonsem fofo mo enwum media edim kopie mo ewo nipa hiamoa eye DA basic school ne no ana beto dwa se ade eye sa sukui nkoda wo mo ho no wo mu hiamoa ye papa pesa se school dan eni biaya wo mote no eno eyade bia entwa ye aban eyineni ede amomo be se mfie bebre a wo de adesede eto aban nim se kasese ade won hwe na won kọ momwa no mo chemu se mfie bebre ni obi bia entwa neni embehwe mo eno so yade a ehiom ye papa pesa se kodai dache eyade bia ehia ye nanti se wo moti bebi se esua de ebede na koda nipo omusua de a etimi akomotie me nti ade wo mo extra ban se won hwe na animu ya wonye bibi enfa momo na school de anase wo school dan se ne aye eyade a ehu ye papa eno so mpepi na ede nkodai wo mo enkwa etu esan nti wo mo extra ban se won hwe na won besi school dan kama enfa ma nkodai ne no eyade bia ebetimi amomani age amomade sua so etimi akonenim ye papa ede amomani nti penifo a womo ewo nipa hiamoa DA basic school womo soso womo district a womo de abetudwa womo de kwa Ghana womo de kwa ma Ghana penifo no eno ane de ebremu no ye free sansem ni mo akonsem fofo mo enwum media ende de ukopie mo ewo alajo interchange na mo twem se yakonhia bi esi wo ho a eno no na obi bia e ka na adi we che se koba ne se we su se eno anampenifo ede betudwa wo mo ana mo tie wamuni etu asemi enso abechechwe ma mo che se ya di aka no ni break failure na car nam so masa akwanhia bae ni break ene failure no nti ana ma bibi say etimi ekoba na nipa dodo na mo chese bi prayer a mo gwa ya sabi a wo mo eje ayahwe na nipa na nitu asemwe ana ono so woni semtwofo twetwe nkwama wo twe mu ese
ere ba no wa say cat second traffic light hono mo no e hona na failure break no eti na car no say wo manim ne ben me fan chain car fufu so be me ntina ene ba ne bobo car ni musa no car ni fairly break
okay it's again the accident to buy
car ni break ni fairly car ni tear break na ne boot pon
passengers say you were over speeding
there be I'm not over speeding so we are ni mate ni na as a traffic in it can ne closer cars ne ben also kwa ne no na mo ben pa so check it out
driver's license
if I show
who drive you brain
domi kwa benya
nanka wo koy
circle
okay say obi abro ka no mana
me ba show nipa mo plan okay
within the
if I'm appear events
eto ansem ne so ede amamo akonsem fofom dia wo jumbusume da eto so do enkron ewa afimpinu ni ediono enumo na beto dwese okopie mu ewo malangbawe eye zera eye tuatutu obi ekoso ho a eno enam so manipa ba ko de ofa so eto anananum ewo nsiadum penifo beto dwa mo chese wo mo de hwehwe a esuye papa ewu kwam na nipa wodi sa aboni we nsaso ni mayade aga na mra no ene no ebedi ni ye papa eno enam so man penifo so abom homodin ede hwehwe mu a esuye papa egu kwam and de eye Greater Accra Regional Police Command ede abetudwa mo chese suspect na nkasa mu no wo motimi ache na sesiade wo mode no akotwe aban ekukuma wo muguso a wo mototo na no ede afa nsem we ehun nsem we eye Greater Accra Regional Police Command wo mo ana mode abetudwa eho.
And has arrested a key suspect in the fatal shooting incident that occurred on the 19th of June 2025 during a naming ceremony at Bawe Zero, a suburb of Accra, which resulted in the death of a Queen Mother, Pearl Na Dodua Weteka, and caused injury to another attendee. Our investigation so far has established that during the event, which was organized by Ibrahim Ni Aikwashi Solomon, it was attended by other traditional rulers and Asafu groups. Now, at about 7 p.m. on the day of the incident, some individuals armed with locally manufactured weapons began firing indiscriminately. One of the shooters, later identified as Gilbert Awini alias Starboy, allegedly aimed and fired his weapon at close range, striking Pearl Na Dodua Witekar, 33-year-old queen mother of Papase, killing her instantly. Another victim, Priscilla Na Ayele, who is 38 years and a trader, was also shot in the chest and is on admission at the University of Ghana Medical Center, thankfully in a stable condition. Further details has established that the suspect had consumed sobolo, which we suspect was laced with some narcotic substances at the ceremony before the incident happened. Now, for realizing that he had committed the crime, that is Starboy, he fled the scene on a motorbike with his friend known as Oxygen and sought refuge in Asokore, a suburb in the Ashanti region. Acting on intelligence from the Accra Regional Police Intelligence Team, a team was dispatched and moved swiftly to Asokore, where we arrested Gilbert Awuni alias Starboy. He's 21 years and an Okada rider and a resident of Denchwa here in Accra. He has confessed to the crime during interrogation that he fired the weapon in display under the influence of alcohol and fled the scene thereafter. Efforts are underway to recover the firearm, which he claimed to have discarded after the incident.
Busia for anointing same way and a Greater Accra Regional Police Command what they are betu jai osa because so eka ose KFM TV news and na wo hwe no etwago ewo ye abe fontent and feed ni to Facebook any YouTube KFM TV page and to wait me akoko no wahwe bi no wahye na wa like na wa dwenche no so die gu ase ama kama emebe ma mekan ni nia ede ama meto ansem ne so akonsem fufuro me enwume ede ama odia ende due kopie mu ewo dowenya eno ana beto dwa se wo musa so abrantie bia ondo ekofu techi amaye papa de oye wo hwane se ende odu ade esiwa na we bewia na we de okowia na yade ansa etimi aso ni mu a wo bon humodi ekowia yeti patrack na emra wo kobokro no so Bible na kita ne nsem eno ana mpenifo etimi echi na omo amonitu asem omo chese emra obae na waye ne ho tse obi oye na ade omo hu ase tipa tragi abrantie yi etem tisenka obefa sese ade ensa etimi aso ni mu a omo chem se omo betoto na no ede afa asem ho kwan ya na se nipa osman so omo befa sa ade we ade ensa sa nipa ni mu na se omo toto na no omo hu bia ya abrantie fi a omo hwe amamra no enino edini ye papa ewo
yet my enfata so wo young boy wait me abefie abewia obi we rim tipa rim eyama when is not the first time abewia rim say sir enya ase etu ye de hu say tipa rim awo fiase wo ye de hu say tipa rim awo fiase who no be so be say tipa rim way at least nipa ne be hia no be san wo be san ba say tipa rim no be hia wo be san ba ne say tipa rim no be hia na entu ni say fie ne e wo no be me ni fie entu e wa ji so ba be wia o make us out. Who bear make a to sell as a young boy like you? Won't mean ye juma and a chrono I was a woo and over someone praising. Over someone praising. Because you got 4 years, Mammy, me town winning power the own your labor on me town winning.
Eti me aso ne mo elhosa ye free sansem ne mo de mo akonsem fufuro mo enyumre edia ye KNUST experts na omode abetudwa wo mo echemu sesesi ade ye imported poultry bees no eno eya ade bia ho akwatwe ye papa de ama mo so mpanifo sisi ade wo mo hwe na wo mo enye bibi emfafa wo mo no eya ade bia ebetimi abo mo so mpanifo hwe na mo twa mo ni behwom na mo boa ma eno eya ade bia wo mo ni ebeje ho ye papa same way ana wo so wo mo de abetu edwa.
So if you look at Ghana, we are within what we describe as a tropical region. And the tropical region is characterized by high ambient temperature. What it means is that bears experience high temperature beyond what they can bear. And if that happens, they experience what we call heat stress. And that drops production in terms of eggs and meat. If you look at the birds that are raised here in Ghana, they are produced in developed countries. And in developed countries, they use what we call environmentally controlled housing, where they set temperature, humidity, wind speed, whatever the bird will need to grow and develop. But in Ghana, we don't have such housing arrangement. We raise birds under natural conditions. So when we bring in these birds, and we don't give them the housing condition that they are well adapted to, they are not able to perform to the optimum. So that is the challenge that farmers are facing. So the best solution to this is to select breeds that are well adapted to this environment. But like I said earlier, it requires huge investment. Until we get such an investment, we should be able to deal with the situation using other means. If I say other means, what I'm referring to is that we should find other solutions to raise the birds that are available, such as building houses that allows ample ventilation into the structures, growing trees around the farms so that we improve aeration within the farms. Also, some decide to sometimes cool the roofings during the afternoon. You can also provide fans within the building. And then farmers can also check their stocking densities. If you stock too much, birds will be overcrowded and it will increase the heat stress. If you use
Timamba ye jina wo mo nsem eso ni adane ye ho sima ba ye ba ye de nsem no eko edwadie emu. Yadensem no eko edwediemo ediamodia and ana Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment ewo my Ghana has say wono eye onmonyam for George Opare ado wode abetudwa wo chim say eye a national apprenticeship program a wo modi abepiem wo my Ghana ha eno ebeboa nipa dodo ni titu enimbebuno amomososo wo monsa aka adwuma no omonya bibidi akoma no Wachem senke be ya mpinifon hwe na omunyi amanyosem emfamfri sade we hunanu eya de bia ebetimi aboaye papa so omunyi amanyosem fri ho a ebema omani age medwuma no soso omo ahwe na omo abom homode aye ni ye papa nti we de se ana omo hye aban ene ni mpinifo se omo hwe na omo akoma so ade we wo munye emfam omnenu ene bema omani age ye papa abo edwuma ewo man Ghana semwe George eye Opare ado ana wode abetu edwemra woni nsem twofo hyaye etwetwen enkomo.
There's a mama vision for Ghana mine is there. They're transforming small businesses into multilaterals and then bigger businesses. But the first step is that I was saying your skills are so we are rolling out the national apprenticeship program. And then we are transitioning it from apprenticeship to entrepreneurship. Now you're training the next step is the amount of support. The amount here, I will see a few hours here, and that is what entrepreneurs do to start their own business. And so that is the bigger vision. And we want to feed it into the 24-hour economy. The genius there in this room, the number of apprentices and ASU, so you please support even 10. No, please build your own business, and that 10 businesses can even scale up to take a NIPA 10. That is creating 100 jobs just like that, and that is what the vision is: to give skills, to be able to build upon those skills and scale it up and employ many more other people. And so that is the vision. That's why we are saying that we are moving from apprenticeship to entrepreneurship. Ghana to succeed. For the last many years, we've allowed partisan politics to divide us and destroy very laudable programs. President Mama is very much aware of this, and the visionary that he is, he doesn't want to continue on that trajectory. That is why he has instructed that this program should be non-partisan. Because poverty doesn't know NDC or NPP. And when you create a job, I look for a mechanic who is competent. It is that same spirit that we are bringing into this administration to run the national president.
Ebusia for ye jina edwadi ensem so ne adane ye ho sima abaye ba ye de moko ene jedi ensem emu. Kwa ni jedi ensemu dia Ghana nyumtuni eba ne nyumto e wo man Ghana ha wo bone homodin wo mu yie papa kwabna ana meka ne ho asemi endedwe wo no so ede nsemi abetudwa wode kwama Kempaluta wo chem se Kempaluta nsem bia na se ye free n'anim ba ye nde Ghana obibia kasa fa ho no eno ana kwabna chemu se Kempaluta sansem efi n'anim ba ye no nkeni se wotimi eka bisa so obi betimi ebie na no aka bibisa na enye wo no Kempaluta sanse senya wedu n'anim wa abrabom no ni se bibisa etimi efi n'anim eba na waye disappointed in him ye papa se wo no Kempaluta wetimi aye bibisa masisi Ghana for wobibia ka ne ho asem wo man mo semwe ana kwabna so de abetudwe mra woni akwanya na woni nsemtwofo ehia etwetwe nkomo.
Understand stage. Okay. And they lay a preamble down for almost every artist because I want to believe, sir. I don't want to care who likes me or who didn't like me, who is at the premises. At the end of the day, say a free show. Auto tickets now buy. So it means that I have a responsibility to entertain you. And no matter what, no one say even in the world of business, yes, the customer is always right. Right. And that should be something basic at the back of the mind of every performer. Gotcha. And concentration, I say to me, will act so well that, and it's so rehearsed that nothing can distract you. Nothing can distract. What you say? I believe, sir, he concentrated on the environment. A bit but I am not excited about the words he used. Let's be truthful. The words were not words that should come out, from the mouth of an artist of the stature or be our budget. So, until I'll only advise, by this time, he himself and his management should put a statement out to apologize for those words. I mean, it's that blunt. We must call a spade and a spoon a spoon. Now, moving forward now, he must understand he's in the eye of the public. Will be able to throw BB at you, but you need to manage it. You need to find a way to be able to manage it. At the end of the day, girl no can't say no. When you need it. Will be any, but you are the one who will be any. Yeah, and for me, I would say, I've been able to manage most of these things because the team behind me also speak to you. They tell you how you must comport yourself. Would you mean and it will be at the eyes of the public?
Why encounter will be that? You see, sometimes we to me are here. To be an instrumentalist, it will be bad. Now we better than microphone. Yeah. Can management, because apart from anything, one thing you must know, sir, audience don't know the mistake in your music. Yeah. Okay, the audience don't know. Say be uncle, say. Me na tell me to meet that one play. My home be something. I bet you am cool. I will not do anything. Me my crowd me. Be a keyboard player and so board be a. No, wrong code. It's a code be why exactly. But then, believe you me, the audience don't know it's a wrong code until you let them know there's something wrong. Okay. It's one thing every artist must know. Okay. The audience, because some of we are now audience be any. Baby. Until me find your boy, and the aqua stage ni about do so. Okay. Audience no need say na nke so me bo me fa. Okay. So you the lead as you need to know what say. You see, yeah, there's one thing, one documentary I watched about Michael Jackson and his directors when he's performing at a concert. One of the directors said, "Say, we can rehearse everything. Some few minutes to the time of the stage, you know. Michael Jackson beat me out of the catch and said, until you see my hand, don't cue anything. Though it's rehearsed, say times say obey say times obey say, but to catch a director until you see me raise my hand, don't play the first note. And you must obey. Until every performer, you must command your stage. You must own the environment. Enti bibia enti me and super se uma kwana bibi e foul de no so a it's on you are feeling that it's on you but what stage a yen fa me se me be me dey o perform ya obi ato bibia board no e been told me that I've not experienced anything like that yeah e been to I can
for enuntin some way ana kwabna enso de abetudwa hosa yegina ne nseme so na enyume news no yedninia aba na wie na sem no na edoso ye papa di mo akotine ebi ene sende aweho sem ne beto Ghana nyina apon so ye akoti amra hye onmonyamfo eneskumi ende dui wodaya wan sorry ai no ayaweho sem ewo my Ghana sa enso so ana Ebeneza nate enso de abetudwa wodi nsem ekwa mama mi jinesa se bia ya owo sesi anhwe na wanye comfortable isa se ndisi ameni ukono nipa wo mode no ebe replace ne de wo moyi no de ada ehosa ye de mu ntwe mu ye de ebesom hosa ye de dwede ensem enso ebro eye national apprenticeship program mpenifo twemu se mpenifo hwe na wo muyi amanyosem enfamfre ho a ye de mu esuko edma ye de enije de ensem enso eka ho edma onyumtuni kwabna enso ebeka safa kempaluta ne nsema abeto Ghana pno so obibia etwenesie ne abasa no woche se kempaluta sanse mo efri nenum ba ende wanka ne ye kra ewosa ebusuafo we ne nsem ene afufo pi enyume ye bo ano a ye de ebesumo se KFM TV news na adwumeko bi ana wo mobo mechi do ma me de ebesumo asida kese confirm ma KFM Musical Center dadaba take up talent microfinance and Naki's kitchen womo and enyume womo ebo mechi do ma me de news me de ebesumo asida nkoma wa otifia bibia no wonso do efide no to ha wo hwe eda mu ina se yesan eda production team ni na so ase se wo hwe ma news yetime ede bremo enyume edin a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah me sorry so a ebo no wo twipepepa eno kofi adadebo and so ede sports report ebe bro midin ede Maame Esi Nkrumah ye mamu ina ajo